Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So listen, I got a couple things I want to say today. But before I say them, there are people that I need to say thank you to. I need to say thank you so much to Exanthia. Exanthia, thank you so much, and I got your beautiful message. And you know what? I will do exactly that. You know, my husband, he really does rock and roll with me. He does it throughout all my shenanigans. No matter what I do, he is like the most supportive husband that I could have ever asked for. No matter what I want to do for the community, he is always involved. He is always willing to help. If I say, hey, I want to do this, or hey, I want to start that, or hey, I want to give this, or hey, I want to, he's just always there. He's like, okay, okay, okay. He's always there. So, girl, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then I have to say thank you to Evelyn. Evelyn, thank you so much for your generosity, and I'm going to do exactly what you said. I'm going to do exactly what you said. And then I have to say thank you to Erica. Erica, thank you so much, sister. Thank you for supporting the Library Pantry. And then I have to say thank you to BC. BC, thank you so much for supporting the Library Pantry. I appreciate you ladies so much. Also, on the appreciation trip, I have to say thank you to, I'm embarrassed because I went to my P.O. box yesterday and someone sent ramen noodles. And I was so happy to see them because remember, we didn't have anything in the pantry yesterday. Well, the beginning of yesterday, we didn't have anything in the pantry. And I was so happy to see them that I took the ramen noodles and I put them in the pantry. They're all gone. And then by the time I thought, who sent those? I had already thrown out the box. Whoever did that, I'm so sorry, but thank you. Thank you so much. There was also a letter. Look at the stamps, y'all. There was a letter from D.A. Flora. D.A. Flora, I want to say thank you so much. I know that you specifically wanted those to go to the pantry and to the senior bags. And after I put those ramen noodles in the pantry yesterday and they disappeared, about 2 hours later, we got our deliveries. And so our library pantry, we were able to put a great amount of food in there. I did, while I had food, I wanted to make up senior bags because people requested those. So I have those loaded in the back of my car right now as we speak. I'll take a picture for you so you can see. So those are loaded right now. And like I said, we're doing the best that we can over here, y'all. Speaking of that, yesterday when we were out, we did go to a coffee house yesterday, but not before we had to run some errands. So we ran our errands and we passed the central pantry yesterday. Y'all, the line, I'll post a picture of that too, because I took a picture. The line, I kid you not, it was a mile long. And when I say a mile long, I don't mean it as an exaggeration. I mean, the line was literally approximately 1 mile long. The news was out there, and I didn't get a picture of the news though. And because I only had so much time passing by. But I did see the military out there helping with the situation. South Carolina is a military state. We have lots of military bases here. So they had the military out there helping. That's how great the need is here in South Carolina, a red state that voted for Donald Trump. Speaking of voting, after seeing the election results of Tuesday's election, don't ever let anybody play in your face by telling you that your vote does not matter. Votes matter. Your state and local elections, they matter even more so. Don't get me wrong. The presidential elections, they matter too. But the state and the local elections, those are the elections that are going to impact you more so. And I know when we went to go vote Tuesday, I typically go first thing in the morning, but my husband didn't have the day off. So I had to wait till 3 o'clock to go pick him up. And we got there at approximately, I'll say maybe about 3:45. We walked right in and walked out. There was no one there. We were only 2 people in there voting. there were more people helping at the polls than there was voting. But when we were leaving out, there were some people coming. So hopefully after people got through with work and everything, they came on through. But I can't say how the whole day went. I can just say what it looked like when we went. And I was saying to myself, it doesn't look like, South Carolina, my community in South Carolina here is taking these local elections seriously. We're not getting the message across. But then the results from elections all across the nation came in, and we're clearly doing better than what we once did, because seats were flipped and a blue wave happened. And it's not surprising, considering I just told you how long those lines are. People are being starved in the nation right now, and they're having to make hard choices between food and bills, and not only that, but the nation is watching healthcare be held hostage. And it also told me that people understood that this is really the fault of the right side of the aisle, because Democrats annihilated. They did. They just annihilated. And it was good to see. I just wish we had done it November 4th, 2025. November 5th, 2025. That was when we should have annihilated. That's when we should have really dominated. But just like that, I'm excited for these midterms, to see what these midterms are going to do. Congratulations, California, the state of California, on Prop 50. Congratulations to my hometown of Detroit, Michigan, who elected their first black woman mayor, Mary Sheffield. Congratulations, Detroit. Way to go. Detroit, Michigan always votes the right way. That's one of the things that I loved about home. Once y'all we got rid of that Rick Snyder. It's been smooth sailing after that. Put Big Gretch in. It's just been one big blue wave Michigan has been riding. And I love that for y'all. I really do. But elections matter. And at this point, I can't even have conversations with people who say your vote doesn't matter. At this point, y'all just looking for excuses not to vote. And I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that, one, you're too lazy to educate yourself on the voting process. And two, you're too lazy to go and stand in line to vote. And I think that that's it. And y'all have let white supremacist ideology convince y'all that propaganda, should I say white supremacist propaganda rather, convince y'all that y'all vote don't matter. And it does. We see that it does. Look at what happened Tuesday night. Look at your vote matters. It matters like a motherfucker. It matters. D.A. Flora, I did get your letter. I was talking about your letter. And thank you. I wanted to say thank you for helping out with the library pantry and those bags. Like I said, I'll do a picture. But I do not engage in Christian propaganda. I don't engage. I can admit that some of those messages are good and they're on point, but they're not for me. They're not for me, love. So I hope you understand that. But anyway, I really didn't have a lot that I wanted to say today, except for just here in South Carolina. Let me before I go, let me say that here in South Carolina, seats were flipped blue. City council seats in certain cities were flipped blue. It was just a blue wave. And once again, black people, black men and black women voted the right way. Overwhelmingly so. But white people, and there are those of you all who watch me every single morning, for what reason, I don't know. We have this conversation a lot. Y'all need to be bringing y'all own people in and having discussions with y'all own people. Getting y'all own people in community and getting y'all own community on one accord, because y'all clearly, y'all on one accord, but y'all ain't on the right accord. Because look at how y'all voted in these elections across the nation on Tuesday. Go talk to y'all people and go pull y'all people in. And go work on y'all people and stop worrying about what black people doing. At the end of the day, black people gonna do the right thing for us and for everybody else. Until y'all get on that shit, y'all really need not worry about what black people over here talking about and what we discussing and what we doing and how we living and how we making it and what we doing for each other. You know, the work in the black community, it ain't easy. It's very hard. It's very difficult. And sometimes I get so tired inside my bones just thinking about how many of us don't actually vote and how many of us lack education when it comes to politics and the political system. And so whenever we have these important votes, you always have to have these conversations with black people. You know, not to mention all the other things that, you know, we talk about over in the village when it comes to our community. And white people, y'all need to be doing that same thing. Y'all, it just makes no sense to me why y'all always here when y'all should be over there. The fact that y'all not over there, I get it, the work is hard. All that racism, all that hatred, it's hard work. But it's worthy work. And if y'all don't do that work, y'all are never going to raise anti-racist children. Y'all are never going to change hearts and minds if y'all so busy over here with us, thinking that you're in community with us because you think you're an ally. Black people have few allies. There are a lot of us that believe we have no allies at all. I think that comes down to perspective. I've done a lot of activism, work in activism. And I know that we have a couple of allies running around out there. I know that we do. I do. I've seen them put in work. I've seen the receipts. But those allies, they also gathering up their own community. Telling their own community what's up. Teaching their communities how to be anti-racist. Saying what they need to say to their own communities. Y'all are never going to fix y'all communities and y'all shit if y'all over here so worried about black people and what the fuck we doing all the time. It don't work like that. Invest your time in your own people. If you really, really, really want to help black people and you really, really want to be an ally to black people, you will gather up white people and get their asses the fuck together. Because look at how y'all voted. Once again, you learned nothing. Y'all learned absolutely nothing. This man is destroying the nation. And y'all still ain't learned shit. Not according to this vote, y'all haven't. That is all that I have for today. If you would like to support the Library Pantry, if you would like to support this platform, or if you would just like to buy me a cup of coffee, I will leave my Cash App and my Venmo down in the comments. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a righteous day. Don't let nobody tell you that your vote doesn't matter because they are ill-informed, they are ignorant, and they don't know what they're talking about. Wait, one last thing I want to say. One last thing, there is something. I knew it was something in the back of my mind I wanted to say to y'all. Listen, y'all not going to always walk away from my platform every morning feeling cozy and safe inside. The truth doesn't do that for you. And yesterday when I talked about how hard black people rode for Jimmy Kimmel and how y'all systematically dropped y'all Disney and y'all Hulu and supported that white man. Meanwhile, over here at CBS, they are systematically firing all of their black talent, and how we not rallying behind them. And mind you, it wasn't just Jimmy Kimmel was one motherfucker. There are many black people over at CBS that unjustly lost their jobs. They literally got rid of their whole DEI program, whatever, I forget what it's called at CBS Studios, but they dismantled it. And then after they dismantled it, they one by one got rid of their black and brown talent. All the people of color. They are literally turning CBS into the Caucasian broadcasting station. And y'all not up in arms about that. And a lot of y'all, that hit y'all in y'all feels because you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. I didn't lie. Why y'all ain't got the same energy for Disney? Why y'all don't have the same energy for CBS that y'all did for Disney? Instead of being mad at me, dig real deep down inside of you and ask yourself why you are not as loud or as angry about what's happening to Gayle King and others over at CBS, all them black producers over there at CBS, as you were with Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not the problem. I just told the truth. But ask yourself that. And in the meantime, in between time, don't be nobody's problem today, and have a righteous day. I'll see you tomorrow.